All right. Well. All right. Welcome to the Man Project Part Two here. Is it Part Two? No, the podcast Part Two. Um, what is the Man Project? What is the Man Project? What we decided to do here is specifically to empower men to control their body and control their mind and control their ability to investigate the information that they get. So, a company that I worked for and I work for and I love working for. I do logistics for, and I coach for is Warrior Week, and Warrior Week has helped me to develop a lot of skills. But something that I recognize and realize in this process is that men will neglect their body. Men will neglect their ability to train, their ability to understand what it is to be a man inside of their body and be able to really hone in the skill of fitness, right? So and that's something that's self-perpetuated. That's one thing I love about CrossFit is CrossFit will actually teach you how to humble yourself, live inside your means, or you're going to say CrossFit injures you. And that's because your fucking ego won't allow you to settle in and just develop with time. And inside of that group environment, yeah, it's competitive, whatever. But the competitive nature of it isn't what it should be to you. It's not competitive at all because there's people with all kinds of levels around you. And if you're a beginner, then you're not really competitive at all. You're developing. And what that means is that it's community based. And what does it mean to be in a community is to actually learn how to use your fitness with other people and develop skills of understanding nutrition and exercise and to become a better man. And inside of there, if you become a better man through your fitness and through your ability to understand your nutritional balance, then and only then will those around you follow. And I mean those around you, I mean specifically your fucking kids. So, what does it look like for you to investigate your body, to empower yourself and learn your body, and then learn how to develop lifting weights, learn how to develop cardiovascular capability, learn how to develop fucking gymnastics, learn how to develop nutrition inside of your daily life. You know, you don't have to be fucking shredded. You don't have to be the strongest dude. You don't have to be the most fit. You don't have to go and run a fucking Ironman. You don't have to do none of that shit. What you do have to do is develop yourself in the skill of training yourself. And one of the biggest things that I like looking at is the big five. And the big five is the bench press, the back squat, the deadlift, the strict press, and then the power clean. And if I develop the bent over row, you could say is one of them as well. If I develop the big five and I develop these skills, then I will develop myself as a man. I'm going to say that again. If I can develop skills inside of the big five and develop strength, I can develop myself as a man. And I know you're thinking, okay, well, what about cardiovascular capability? Great. Awesome. Awesome. You should have it because your biggest ability to recover comes from your aerobic capacity. So, one way or another, you have to have aerobic capacity. Do I need to be the best runner at a mile? No. Does it matter for me to be able to run 10 miles? No. Can I walk 10 miles? Yes. Can I develop the skill of that very quickly? Yes. Can I develop the skill of lifting heavy shit very quickly? Absolutely not. That takes time. And it takes the understanding of where you're at and your ability to develop strength, and inside of developing strength, then you actually develop man and masculinity. Um, and that's the purest I can say about it. I know it's kind of been something that's talked about in the past. I think there's, for a while there was like 70 strong and dark side. Those guys really pushed it. And I don't know where they're at now. I should probably go and look them up. We should see if I have the capability of seeing that. But that all came from the CrossFit football background and knowing that, it's going to take the ability to develop a skill of strength. 70 strong. I don't know if this one exists anymore. Huh. I don't think so. 70's big. Maybe is what they called it. Yeah, 70's big, huh? Yeah, there you go. This website looks fucking dead. September 2014 was the last time they did anything on here. So this is a concept that has died in the past 10 years. It's crazy that a man would not want to develop strength and conditioning inside of him, right? Um, Here we go. Dark side. No, I think this fucking died too. Well, that's sad. What a sad day today has been. Um, Specifically because the essence of 70s strong has faded us. How do I share screen? Okay, it's right here. Oh, shit. Oh. And we're back. Okay. So again, what is the Man Project? The Man Project is the ability to develop strength and conditioning over the course of time, and specifically as we get older. As we get older, it's harder for us to develop strength and the ability to want to develop skills. And the biggest thing is the big five. Like, you should fucking want to work on a back squat, a bench press, a deadlift, a fucking strict press, and a bent over row. I mean, technically, it should be the big six because it should be also to a power clean. So as you develop this is where you actually start developing some real skills. And you should also compile that with some gymnastics, right? You should be good at jumping over a fucking fence, be able to pull yourself up, be able to do a push up, full range of motion. And then you develop some conditioning inside there. Because one of the biggest arguments that I could have with you is like, you say, okay, well, Max, you don't seem too conditioned to run 10 miles. I said, fuck, I don't think I know I can run it. But let's say I said, I don't think I can run it, but I can walk it. And you say, okay, cool. And then I say, all right, well, let's deadlift 500 pounds at the end of it. So you pick one, I pick one. Where do we go with this? So you can't pass the finish line until you actually be able to deadlift 400 pounds. Fuck it. Let's see what you got with that. How many reps can you do there? So you're like, fuck, I don't have that yet. So then you're going to have to develop that skill in order to be able to do it. Whereas I can develop the skill of walking or running fairly quick. Nothing to take away from actually running, because it's a very hard skill to have. I mean, if you're running quite a bit, you probably shouldn't even use your fucking earphones because there's so much to work on when you run. But if I look at being strong and I look at longevity of life, there's a few things that get rated inside there. One of them is actual grip strength. The other one is flexibility, touching my toes. And then the third one is fucking the ability to develop skills. And what skills are you working on? What ability of strength are you having inside of there? And so many times we kind of move away from that, right? And one of the biggest ones we used to have was 70s big weightlifting. It used to be a let's see, the podcast here. They used to have a podcast. Oh, here, Justin did something in January of 2019. And then before that, it was 2015 and then 2014. So he fell off here. So there's obviously, he feels, apparently he feels that this is either A, not a calling, or people are not called to it. And that's kind of sad. That's sad that men do not understand the value of developing a skill of being strong or a skill of being strength wise, right? So if you look at this, I mean, there is an ability to understand what does it look like. Oh, here you go. Here's masculinity. Here you go. January 2022. So understanding what that looks like, poor Justin here is not really seeing a lot of following, or maybe he is. I don't know. He just got bored with the website, but fucking Rip talks about it all the time. Talks about developing the fucking back squat and the bench and the deadlift and linear progression and how amazing it truly is to have a skill like that. And masculinity obviously is inside of fucking war. Obviously, it's inside of strength. It's also inside of leading your fucking family. It's also inside of leading your wife and leading your family to being able to understand today's environment. And really, that's what we're doing here at the Man Project. We're really developing men to lead their families, lead their wives, lead their kids through action and through the action of what they are and who they are and what they're willing to work on. And that starts on their body. It starts on your fucking body, your ability to develop your body. And once you understand that and you dive deep inside that fucking rabbit hole, you come out the other side very different. You come out very different. You come out very certain. You come out very willing and ready to go to war with yourself, with other people, with mindset, with what people are fucking talking about. And today, because today we're in this like society that wants to praise fucking your wife and wants to praise, if your wife doesn't follow you, then fuck her and fuck you. Like the reality of it is, yeah, fuck you. It is your wife. And where did you lose that? Where did you lose that connection? Where did you lose that pursuit? And understanding why she has zero certainty in you and why she continuously attacks you. Well, maybe it's your fucking body. Maybe it's your way you relate to God. Maybe it's the way you fucking run your business, or the fact that you've ignored her. So a lot of guys, they want to talk about all this shit, but they don't actually want to address the reasoning why you're at where you're at today. It's like this like unknown knowable, or this not wanting to talk about because they want to get fucking paid on it. And I don't want to get paid on it. I know I'm already going to get paid on it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to fucking push the message. I'm going to push the message specifically of what it means to be a masculine man in today's society. What does it mean to develop a manly environment inside of your household? That doesn't mean to be an asshole, because men are assholes. Men are fucking assholes. So what does it mean to be a man in today's society? Because you say you're a man and then you get looked at as fucking being an asshole and masculinity. And now you're anti this or anti that. No, I'm not. I just want to fucking have the conversation. What are you willing to do to have the conversation today? And today we start the conversation. Till next time.